guys, it's Carolyn. It is the 1st of May, so it is time for my April wrap-up. I'm going to try to make this really quick because my battery is really low on my phone. But yeah, so let's get started with the books that I read this month. The first one that I finished was Whodunit, which is edited by Jon Scieszka, and it has a whole bunch of different authors in it. And it is about, I think I explained this before, but basically there is an editor who died, and he's the editor of all these different authors, and so all of these authors are suspects in this guy's murder because he's supposedly the most hated editor ever. And so it's done kind of like a murder mystery, like dinner party kind of deal, except it takes place in an abandoned cheese factory. But yeah, this was really well done, I thought, and it was a really good way. It's done by all YA authors, so it was a really good way to get a feel for certain authors' writing if you hadn't read them before and you were thinking about, like, picking up a book of theirs. This is a really good way to figure out if you like their writing or not, because each author only has a couple of pages in this book, and the reason why I got it was because John Green's in here. But yeah, it's got John Green, David Levithan, Libba Bray, Lemony Snicket, Sarah Shepard, Maureen Johnson, like so many really well-known YA authors. And so it was really well done. The only thing that I have to say about it is it does, since it has over 99, I think it has like 90 or 99, somewhere in there, authors contributing to it. It does tend to drag a little bit in places, just because you've been reading, like, people's alibis forever. So it did tend to drag a little in that sense, but otherwise it was just really well done. And the only other thing is I was a little disappointed in the ending because it didn't satisfy me as much as I wanted it to, but the whole thing was an adventure to read, so I would probably give it 4 out of 5 stars, and, you know, go look it up, and if you like a lot of the authors who contribute to it, go get it. The sales benefit 826 NYC, which is a charity for children in New York. So yeah, it was really good. Okay, next up, I read The Importance of Being Earnest and An Ideal Husband, both by Oscar Wilde, and I give them both 5 out of 5 stars. The reason why I picked up both, well, I bought this a while ago thinking that I just really needed to read some Oscar Wilde, see what all the big deal was about, but also in between getting this book and picking it up, I have seen both film adaptations of Importance of Being Earnest and An Ideal Husband, and I love them both so much that I was like, okay, I have to read the plays. And they were both really good. Between the two, I would have to say I like An Ideal Husband better, but it's just because Importance of Being Earnest is, like, really funny and lighthearted and wonderful, and all of the mix-ups are just kind of funny, and it's fantastic, but An Ideal Husband also has a little bit of, like, scandal and drama in it, which I really enjoy because it still has the funny element, and lightheartedness, but it's also just a little bit darker because of the scandal, and it's just really, I love it. So yeah, both of those are really excellent. 5 out of 5 for both, and Oscar Wilde is now one of my new favorite authors. His writing is just awesome. And last but not least, oh wait, no, not last, I lied. But, I read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Yes, you can't see it. You can't see the dust jacket because there isn't one. Or at least not right now. But yeah, this book I don't know what I expected going into it. What I expected, I think, was that it was going to be really, really creepy, a little bit scary, and I knew it was going to be good, but I just didn't think it was going to be as good as it ended up being for me. I loved it so much. It wasn't nearly as scary. There were creepy parts, I'm not going to lie, but it wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. It was wonderful. Reading this book, Ransom Riggs made this an art. Like, I mean, taking pictures that are real pictures and writing a story around them. First of all, I would never think to do that. And second of all, the way that it's done is just so brilliant. It's fantastic. And just reading this was a real pleasure because it really was like a piece of art. And it was awesome. And I'm really excited that there's going to be a second one. I didn't know that when I first heard about this book, so I'm very excited about that. And the characters, I love the characters. I think my two favorites are Millard, who is a kind of really funny, invisible boy, and Olive the floating girl, because she is just she's like such a sweetheart. So yeah, they are my two favorite characters, definitely, and this is an excellent, excellent book. Highly recommend, 5 out of 5. Okay, next we have the series that I have started, that I'm reading right now. City of Bones and City of Ashes. Those are the two. I was supposed to also read City of Glass. I was supposed to finish that earlier today in time for this video, but I haven't actually started it yet. So I am going to finish it hopefully today or the beginning of tomorrow. But, yeah. So it's actually going to pretend I'm adding this into my May TBR, even though I've already filmed that video, so this isn't in it. But yeah, pretend that, because this is going to be the first book I'm going to read in May. But anyway, back to these two. I'm not going to say much about these right now because I'm planning on doing a series review of these and Infernal Devices as a whole, once, like, at the end of the month when I've finished reading them, all of those books. But what I will say is I got so sucked into this book that I finished it within 24 hours. Like, I started it Saturday, like this past Saturday, night, and I finished it Sunday night. Like, I loved it so much. And then this one, I was attempting to finish in that same amount of time, but I just had other things to do. So this one I didn't finish as fast. I finished this one yesterday, last night, and then instead of starting City of Glass like I was planning to, I wanted to take a break from reading, so instead I watched the Harry Potter films. But yeah, I'm gonna start that one today, and these are so good. Like, I've gotten so sucked into these. I'm just so good, so good. But yeah, so I read a total of 5 books, 6 if you count each of the individual plays instead of them as a book, but since they're both in the same book, I kind of just count them as one. So yeah, I didn't read as many as I thought, and I know that I completely veered off from my April TBR, but it's because I decided that I just really couldn't tackle the Redwall series, because it's 22 books. 22. These are only like 5 books, and then obviously if you add the Infernal Devices in there, it's 8 books, but 8 books is so much easier to tackle than 22. So yeah, I've decided that I'm going to read more of the books that I own first, and then I'm gonna check out the Redwall books and read those. But yeah, these are amazing. Highly recommend. 5 out of 5. And again, you will hear more about these in at the end of the month when I do a series review. Add this to it because I have already filmed it and I don't want to film it again because my battery's low. But yeah, if you have any comments or questions about any of the books in this video, like, shoot me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. Happy May! Yay! Okay, thanks, bye.